I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team, and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name, and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
What's good, guys? It's your boy E-Rule, the Knicks podcast in the building. What's up? It's been a week. Bless me, Father, if I have sinned. It's been a week since the last time I've been on this thing talking Knicks, man. You know, it's the summertime. What can I tell you? Work has been crazy, man. I got to tell you that. I've been working really hard. I mean, summertime, it's been like, I don't know about a heat wave, but it's been extremely humid out there, man. So when I get home from work, man, like all week, I've just been kind of crashing out. And if I didn't crash out, I was out just enjoying the summer with the kids and stuff like that, man. So, it is what it is, man. I know everybody's doing the same thing, man. So it was just giving the context of what took so long between podcasts and stuff. So anyway, since the last podcast, a lot of things have happened. We solidified some things as far as the Hartenstein deal. Hartenstein signed for like $30 million. He would have been the second highest paid Knick, the third highest paid Knick now with OG now being signed. So it would have been OG, then Julius, and then Hartenstein. With $30 million. I mean, the $30 million thing. The guy's gonna get what the market dictates. So you can't just get mad at a guy signing for what he's earned. You know what I'm saying? So, but just as far as logistics, the bankroll for the Knicks, we just couldn't afford him. You know what I'm saying? We could have kept him for that amount, but it would have kept us out, and we wouldn't have been able to improve the team. So with that being said, the Knicks are in position right now to actually still improve the team, and we can get like-minded, production from other players and stuff. So, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about Paul Reed, man. I really think Paul Reed is somebody that we should bring in to, just to add to the, the bully ball Knicks that everybody keeps talking about. That's what annoys me about fans and about media and stuff like that. They talk about bully ball, the defense the Knicks played and stuff like that. But then they want Josh Hart to be the small forward. They want OG to be the power forward. So that takes away from the bully ball thing. Yeah, the guys are playing defense, but we're not bullying anybody. We're just staying in front of people, for spurts. We're not blanking guys. Like a guy like OG is not gonna make Tatum, score 5 points per game when they play against each other. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, defense is important, but that's not what makes us bully ball. What makes us bully ball is what we see with Julius, what we see with Hartenstein. Mitchell Robinson too plays a part in that also. But just going through the teeth of the defense and bullying them to rebounds and bullying them up the court, and in that way, that's the bully ball. That's the bully ball that we're gonna be successful in. Rebounding and stuff like that is very important. And one person shouldn't be the only person talked about as being a rebounder. Like Mitchell Robinson shouldn't just be the only guy tasked at getting rebounds. It's not like he's been averaging 15 rebounds per game. Josh Hart. He's been getting up there with the rebounds, but we can't expect a guy at his size, that should be playing shooting guard, to play power forward, backup power forward, and get 10 rebounds per game. It's ridiculous. Same thing with OG. OG, for whatever amount of money we signed him for, he never averaged more than 5 rebounds per game, and now we expect him to get 10 rebounds per game as a power forward. Like we got to be realistic, especially a guy like him that's always injured. Why would we want him to play out of his position? So these are questions that should be elementary, but not in today's game and the way fans think today. Yeah, man, I got something new here. I ordered this. I don't know if anybody got a chance to get it. I don't know if it's sold out or not, but this is another Funko Pop here. The NBA Jam Funko Pop with Patrick Ewing and John Starks here. So John Starks is always in the Garden, and he's always available for Nick events and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be looking to get this thing signed, man. So of course, for guys that follow the pod, I did buy two. So I'm gonna be looking to give away two. As you know, I got the Jalen Brunson Funko Pop here also. I have three extras of these, so I would like to give those away too. So for those that follow the pod, please like and share and whatever, and eventually, when I feel like it's time to do it, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and some of these things will be given away. I also have some Slam magazines that I stocked up that I also would like to give away also. So from down the line, some at some point in the summer, maybe for my birthday. My birthday's coming in what is it, about 2 weeks? 2 weeks from now, my birthday will be in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens by then. But yeah, man, definitely would like to get the viewership up. So for those that are gonna watch this in the replay, if you enjoy it, please make sure you hit the subscribe. Please hit the like button. Things like that. As you see on everybody's channel, they all say the same thing. It helps on the channel. It literally does. Like we don't necessarily need the monetary support. I do have Cash App here in the right hand corner. You also could give super chats and stuff like that. That's all appreciated. But a simple like does a lot for the cause here, man. So shout out to everybody that's joined via what do you call the what's it called? The YouTube allows you to join and to support the pod. Yeah, I appreciate a lot of you that did that. So just salute to all you guys here. Thank you guys for tuning in and stuff, man. But we got to get into some Knicks stuff, man. So hope I got everything queued up here because I kind of just put it together because it's been so long. It's been so long since I did a pod, man. So I said I had to get something out, man. So this is me on Twitter, man. So if anybody wants to follow me at Diehard Knicks PC on Twitter. Let me see if I have this queued up here. Diehard Knicks PC on Twitter. So this is I was doing Twitter Spaces before, but you can see that on the ticker on the bottom. That's Diehard Knicks PC. So that's me on Twitter there. So if you'd like to follow me there, please follow me. If you DM me there, I'll answer back. If you at me, I always answer back. I'm always on Twitter basically talking to myself, to tell you the truth. Anyway, shout out to Twitter. This highlights some current events that happened today before we can get into the meat and potatoes of the stuff. Our guy Johnny Bryant signed to be an associate head coach over there in Cleveland. Which we kind of knew that eventually was going to happen. Either he was going to become the head coach over there with Donovan Mitchell over there, or something else. And they hired Kenny Atkinson, and then they brought Johnny Bryant over there to be the associate head coach. So they didn't bring him in to be the head coach, but they brought him in there to be basically the lead assistant to Kenny Atkinson's coaching staff there. So that's good. I don't know if you want to call Kenny Atkinson young anymore, but definitely a bright mind in the coaching game. Kenny Atkinson was my choice to coach the Knicks. That would have been dope for me. But Tom Thibodeau's doing a great job here. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast if you guys stick around. But Johnny Bryant going to Cleveland is not a shock. We kind of figured that he would eventually follow Donovan Mitchell. And I think this shows you too that maybe he was waiting for Donovan Mitchell to become a Knick. So he got here with the thought process that the Knicks were going to try to get Donovan. So now that Donovan signed his deal, it's not a surprise that he went to Cleveland to go work out with his boy. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you a lot there too. So I think the door is closed on Donovan Mitchell. I don't think Donovan Mitchell's coming to the Knicks anytime soon. And quite frankly, I think Mikal Bridges is a good alternative. And I think Dante DiVincenzo is a good alternative. Also, I think we have the shooting guard slot sold up, in the Knicks and stuff, man. But kudos to Johnny Bryant for the new gig there. So I had to throw it out there on my Twitter account, man. Mo Cheeks isn't replacing anybody by ass. Because I remember when we hired Mo Cheeks, they would say, "Oh no, he's not here to replace anybody." And then here it goes. A few weeks later, Johnny Bryant leaves and goes to Cleveland. So I mean, things happen for a reason in this life, man. So we can see everybody can see the writing on the wall. We got Mo Cheeks for what? Oh, now we know why. Because Mo Cheeks is basically Tom Thibodeau's favorite point guard of all time, and he just likes having him around. Mo Cheeks used to be a head coach too, so he does bring some value and stuff. I get it. And the Knicks are definitely on the next level now. We're looking to try to get a championship. So adding Mo Cheeks to the mix, I think that would be I think that's a good idea. I don't like Mo Cheeks, to tell you the truth. There's certain things that I've heard that he's done to players that I just don't like. Just like, to me, somebody that from that ilk shouldn't be disrespecting people on the court, like, or disrespecting the game in such a way. You know what I'm saying? So, things could be taken out of context, and the guys could also be lying too. But just to hear things about certain players or coaches, it just kind of like rubs me the wrong way. But I just hope Mo Cheeks comes in and does a good job. So good, good for that. But also good for Johnny Bryant. See what happens with his career and stuff. But let's get into it, man. Hartenstein. We lost Hartenstein. He's gonna be making like 30+ million a year. I believe it was 32. I don't know. I'm not good at math and stuff. But for a guy that at his low point in the beginning of his career, only 28 games. He averaged 1 point per game, 7 minutes. Before he became a Knick, he was getting 17 minutes on the Cleveland and the Clippers, respectively, on two back-to-back years. Averaged 8 points per game, 6 rebounds 1 year, 4.9 the next year. With the same minutes, the passing is supposed to be a really good passer. 2.5 assists, in only 17 minutes, which is decent, to tell you the truth. The last 2 seasons was with the Knicks. He averaged 5 points the first year, 7.8 last year. So it's not like he was averaging 15 something points per game. As far as the rebounding, this year he had eight rebounds, which is the most he ever had in his entire career. 2.5 assists with more minutes. 1.2 steals and 1.1 block. You know what I'm saying? So his numbers don't jump out at you. 64% from the field. That's basically on brand for most centers in the NBA. But none of his stats really jump out at you. You know what I'm saying? So his stats definitely don't say $30 million, bro. So I don't care how good Hartenstein is, and I'm a big fan of Hartenstein. I wanted to keep him, but I would never keep him for $30 million. From what he was projected to get in the beginning of the offseason, you're talking about $15 to $18 million. That was probably the cap or the most I would spend. $20 million would have been a stretch, but $32 million per year, that is to me is ridiculous. But like I said, I'm not going to hate on what he can make. Ghostface saying he made 29, 30, 32 is basically the same, rounding it off there. That's a lot of bread for Hartenstein. Just given what he does. Let's do this real quick. Let's take a look at what he would do per 36 minutes. This is just a hypothetical stat. But for 36 minutes, he would get 11 and 11, 3.6 assists, 1.7 steals, and 1.6 blocks, which is decent. Now, once you get those numbers up to 36, now you're talking about a decent center here, somebody that could possibly get some awards and stuff like that. Will he get 36 minutes per game in OKC? That's a possibility. We have to wait and see with that. In his interview, I don't have it queued up, but he was talking about that OKC has a coach that's willing to give guys a chance, give guys chances and stuff like that. So it's a good opportunity for him. So, so God bless him. Take a look at Hartenstein. What did Hartenstein bring to the Knicks? It's not really stat-wise, just how he fits with the roster. So if there could be a play to describe what he does here, this is it right here. Let me make sure I turn the sound off so I don't blow my eardrums out. But let's take a look at this play here. This is him here looking for Brunson to cut. So Brunson cuts and he drops the needle right there. Threads the needle, gives Brunson a nice little drive to the basket. Here he goes for another angle. Threads the needle, gets Brunson a nice go-ahead basket. Little plays like this, we don't have anybody else at that position that can do that. Mitchell Robinson cannot do this. Mitchell Robinson it's not that he's a gifted passer. It's just that we never had him in that role, and I just frankly don't trust him to be in that type of role. Especially somebody that can't. They can't make the layup himself. They can't, hasn't really shown the ability to move around with the ball consistently in his career. You can argue that the Knicks never allowed him to do that. But at the same time, he's been in the NBA so long. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson that he can't do simple plays like this, man, at this point of his career. It's just ridiculous to me. You know what I'm saying? So we will miss these type of plays. This is the value that we have in Hartenstein. The reason why that it hurts to leave him. Also, too, like I said, just putting pressure on the defense, putting the ball on the floor. Once again, let me turn the sound off so I don't blow my eardrums out. Him driving, taking contact, and making a little floater. That floater, he can do it all over the paint. But a simple play like this, where if Mitchell Robinson has the ball, the only way he'll make a play is if he has a wide open lane to the basket where he can dunk it. But Hartenstein can slow it down with a little Euro step and lay it up. Mitchell Robinson simply cannot do this. So to have that versatility at the center spot is something extremely important for the Knicks. Now we don't have that. So Jericho Sims, he's supposedly been working out. Shout out to Zanin. He's one of these coaches now. He's starting to become an elite coach. He's more working with Jericho Sims. He's saying that he can shoot now, he can make layups now. They showed a little highlights. I wish I would have queued that up, but he has yet to prove it, man. You talking about basketball IQ? Jericho Sims doesn't have much of a basketball IQ, so it would be nice to see Jericho Sims, contribute. But like I said, people say that right off the bat that Jericho Sims is trash. He can't contribute this, that, and the other. But I look at Mitchell Robinson in the same way. I know Mitchell Robinson when he's healthy, he's super athletic. He can get out there, play some defense, make some extremely just without lack of a better word, wicked defensive plays, Mitchell Robinson. But if he's not healthy, which is not often, he can't make those plays. So if he can't make those plays, then it's just not something that I want him. I don't want him around. Somebody that we really need to try to either replace or just get somebody in here that we can have a contrast between styles of play and stuff. So Hartenstein I think was perfect, for that. But we don't have Hartenstein anymore, so it's not worth talking about. But to scroll down here to talk about the player that I want to talk about here is Paul Reed. So I mean, before we get started, man, we definitely got to do this, man. So let me get rid of this real quick. Definitely got to do this. Paul Reed. I don't know if you guys remember it here. I was gonna put the post, but I actually made a T-shirt, to wear to Philly, but I never made it to Philly. So this is the quote that he had here. When he said, "We ain't ducking no smoke, but yeah, we wanted the Knicks matchup. That's the easier team." You know what I'm saying? So I made a T-shirt because I was gonna rock that to Philly, but I never made it there, man. So I just I had this thing balled up in the corner, but I said, let me put it up here, because now that that Paul Reed has been waived because he had a non-guaranteed contract. Philadelphia was trying to stack up the team, and now Philadelphia, now that they got Caleb Martin and they signed somebody else too. Now they're adding players that they actually could actually hurt the Knicks. Caleb Martin, it could hurt the Knicks. You want to talk about what's money's name? Just all the players that they picked up. Yeah, Kelly Oubre is what I'm thinking about right now. Kelly Oubre. Those two guys are the type of players that hurt the Knicks, man. They hurt the Knicks. So they're getting players here that hurt the Knicks. And I just think that's interesting, man. So they definitely picked up guys to attack the team. So getting rid of Paul Reed is interesting because they didn't use Paul Reed in the playoffs. I feel like if they would have used Paul Reed a little bit more, they might have beat us. Because Paul Reed would possesses a little bit of a post threat. Drive and catch and dunk. He can shoot mid-range jump shots. He can hit the corner threes and that type of thing. They never used them. They basically went away from him. And I think that was part of their strengths. You know what I'm saying? So I think they sell themselves short and they sabotage themselves, the Philadelphia 76ers last year in the playoffs. They didn't really use their players to their full potential. So now here with the Knicks, and one team's garbage is another team's gold, right? So they just scroll down. He's only 25 years old, So one thing about Paul Reed, he's a little awkward, man. The way that he shoots the ball and stuff like that, it's very awkward. But his 36, but this is projecting for stats for next year if you do 36 per game, 36 minutes per game. So just like I did with Hartenstein, it says 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.9 blocks. So just to look at the Hartenstein stats, we can do projected stats. Basically the same thing. It says 1.5 blocks. 1.6 blocks, 1.5 steals, 3.3 assists, 11 rebounds, basically a double-double. So the stats, if you want to compare those stats as projected, the 36-minute stats, they're basically the same. You know what I'm saying? Are the players the same? This guy Hartenstein is known for passing. People was talking that up a little bit too much because that's not the main thing that he brought to the Knicks. But Hartenstein can pass, but just the fact that he can score on the floater and also rebound and play defense too is what made Hartenstein so valuable. Same thing with this guy Paul Reed. He does the same thing. His passing may not be as bright as Hartenstein's passing, but the 2.4 assists shows you that he can pass the ball. The 11 rebounds per game shows you that he will be able to rebound if given the opportunity. Blocking shots 1.9 and 1.7 for steals shows you that the guy could play defense also. We want to talk about mobility and stuff. I was gonna queue up some videos and stuff, but it was getting a little bit too much. I just wanted to start the pod. But Paul Reed, if you watch some highlights of him, he could run up the court pretty fast, man. Somebody 6'9", 210. He's kind of like they got him listed at 210. I think it might be a little bit more heavier than 210. He's strong inside. He can run. He can catch. He can. He's sneaky, athletic. He's awkward the way that he shoots and stuff, man. So, it's interesting. I mean, you want to talk about shooting from the field, 54% with a dude that shoots threes. It says 36% from three. He doesn't really attempt a lot. Half a 3-point shot per game. This is per 36. Also per 36, you're talking about 4.4 offensive rebounds per game. So Mitchell Robinson's the greatest offensive rebounder of all time, right? But if Paul Reed projected his stats to 36 minutes, he also would get close to that. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about him that you have to worry about is his fouls. You see 4.6, projected per 36. You know what I'm saying? So this is just projected per 36. Let me get this back up here because I'm reading stats that you guys can't see. So what the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway, this is it here. So I think Paul Reed is actually somebody that we really need to consider picking up. So the issue now is that the Knicks are not we don't have any cap space, but we do have the mid-level exemption at the moment because I don't know the terminology, but apparently we have it open because after we made this trade, it allowed us to go over the cap a little bit. So now we're over a certain apron. So we're not capped at the first apron. Now we're allowed to get up to the second apron by adding the mid-level exemption and also the veteran minimum salaries, right? So Paul Reed was projected to make $7 or $9 million. I forgot. I believe it's 7. So he was waived or whatever. So just for the simple fact that he was waived off of that contract, I think that his number now might be a little bit lower. He might be the type of guy that would probably be available to get like a mid-level exemption kind of thing. So I think that we probably could pick up Paul Reed for the mid-level exemption. So let me just take a look because I don't want to be talking and then next thing you know, Paul Reed is freaking signed to the Lakers or something like that. So let's take a look here. This is a highlight reel here. Let's take a look at here. I forgot what this is about. But this is defense. They're gonna show defense in the beginning here. Then they're gonna show some 3-point shooting. So Paul Reed can read the defense. He can slide his feet. He's not afraid to get up there and stop the ball there. You can see him playing defense against Giannis. Here he goes, playing weak side defense there, blocking shots. Here he goes again, protecting the paint, sliding his feet, playing tippy tappy, able to get the steal without fouling. Here he goes, showing the ability to step back three, the ability to hit the corner three off the dribble, really. Here he goes here on the side here, getting the kick out three in the elbow. Those shots will be available in the Knicks all day long, Here he goes again off the dribble, able to stop and pop on the 3-point shot. As you can see, his jump shot is weird. Here he goes here in the transition 3-point shot. Bang. So a guy like Hartenstein, he showed the ability to shoot the three, but didn't shoot the three as a Knick. Didn't really shoot the three as a Knick. If we're looking for a guy that can shoot the three, Paul Reed can do that, man. You want to talk about mid-range jump shot, Paul Reed can do that. You want to talk about defense, he can still provide the defense that Hartenstein had. As you can see there, he has quick feet, tippy toes, tip-tapping all over the place. I think he'll be able to guard the perimeter a little bit if we needed him to do that, to run out there. So I think defensively, I think he'll fit the Knicks perfectly, to tell you the truth. Like I said, these kickouts, Brunson and all these guys, they're going to be able to find him on these kickouts. So as you can see, he could make plays. As far as passing, I couldn't find a video on because I'm only using Twitter. I didn't want to use on YouTube because YouTube is quick to flag you for using their videos and stuff. There are some videos of him passing. There are some, like I said, check him out. He has some fast break videos where he's able to get out with speed. You can see the speed in his game. So I just think that he's like the perfect fit for us here. Like are we looking to get like an all-star threat here from Paul Reed? No, we're looking to fulfill a backup center spot, backup big spot. And I think Precious might be looking to get $8 to $9 million per year. Let's talk about that because I have some talking points here, but I just wanted to show that. Here's another video with Paul Reed before we get to the next video. Uh, some post up stuff. Here he goes on the inside, able to keep his feet steady. He got blocked, able to switch and get a nice hook shot in the lane. I miss seeing guys shoot hook shots, man. Look at Paul Reed down there in the dunker spot, standing there, waiting to get the rebound, picked up the loose ball rebound. But instead of passing the ball or whatever, he's able to create his own shot a little bit. There you go, seals off his man, getting on inside and get a nice little hook shot. Rather than forcing a dunk or possibly getting fouled and can't make a free throw, he's able to spin, make a simple play and lay the ball up. Here he goes again. Turns, uses his body against a good center. Nick Claxton is a good center, able to seal him off and lay it up right on him. Here he goes, boxing out there, able to find the free man there. He goes Maxi missing and working on the inside, attacking the rim, trying to tap and whap it. Here goes Paul Reed again, driving, able to get the steal and kick it back out. So the mobility, able to get into passing lanes and that type of thing, help out with the fast break, heads up, able to pass a little bit. Here he goes cutting on the inside. Instead of just wasting energy trying to dunk everything, he's able to use his footwork to get in there and finish easy. There we go. Instead of making the crazy play, able to kick it out for the three-point shooter. Mitchell Robinson's not the best at that, so Hartenstein was really great at that. So, just on Paul Reed, I think he'll be able to at least help out a little bit. Here he goes moving his feet against a quicker Cam Johnson. Good defense there. Didn't foul. So here he goes again here on a pick and roll, catches it, bounces it, and it just floats it up with the left hand. He can score with the left and right hand. He excites me, man. He's not like I said. We're getting this guy. We're looking to replace a dude that was playing 26 minutes per game or less. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that wasn't averaging much. He was only averaging about 6 points per game for us. So we're not looking to replace Patrick Ewing here. We're just looking to replace some big man minutes. About 26 minutes per game, maybe less. And that's what we're looking for. And I think if we're looking for that type of player, that tier, I think you can't get any better than this guy, Paul Reed, man. So mid-level extension, that's what I'm looking at. I really think that this is the guy, man. And I feel bad for him that he said this about the Knicks, with the whole easier stuff, because guys don't really think too far, that they're attached to their current team, but they got to be careful not to burn bridges, man. So he could have burnt a bridge there, but it's all good. One player I wanted to compare Paul Reed to was Zach Randolph. But like I said, I want to be careful not to say that he's going to become Zach Randolph, just for the simple the way that he plays. He doesn't really get off the ground too much. Everything is on the ground. He can box out, he can rebound, pass the ball, can shoot the three a little bit. He could lay the ball, on the inside and stuff. So he'll provide that type of player for us. Just looking at Zach Randolph in his second year, that's what I really want to show. Second year, he averaged 4.5 rebounds. Not really any assists, no steals, no blocks, really. 8 points per game, under 16 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of player that Zach Randolph was, early on. But then he started piling on these minutes where he's getting 37 minutes per game. He did that for basically 6 seasons where he played 37 minutes per game, just about. You can round it off. It's about 19 points per game or so. Rebounding wise, about 10 rebounds per game, probably about nine rebounds per game. The assists is only 2. As far as steals, you're never known for steals. Block shots, never really known for block shots either. So those stats don't jump out at you. But by a guy like Paul Reed, if he was projected to get these same minutes, like I showed you before, he would be getting the 0.6 and the 0.5 as far as steals and stuff, steals and blocks. And as far as passing, his passing would be right on par with whatever Zach Randolph would do, maybe even better. Saying so. Like I said, not comparing to that Paul Reed could get the 20 points per game, but I think Paul Reed could get you 14 if like I say, he had a eureka moment and played well the same way that Hartenstein played well for us. I think Paul Reed could actually get to his potential where he can get you to like 12 to 14 points per game. With 8-9 rebounds per game. With like a block and a steal per game. You know what I'm saying? So that's good contribution from a position that now we are in need of. Because nobody trusts Jericho Sims anymore. Not anymore. We're not at all. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have any other alternative outside of Ariel. I can't pronounce his last name. That's the player that we drafted last in this year's draft. That's the only other player that we have to play center. Julius Randle is definitely going to get a lot of burn at center, but we can't burn him at center. The same thing, same reason why we can't use OG at power forward. We cannot put these guys in positions that they're not meant to play. They have to play their natural position in order for us to get the most out of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking about. Just a guy like Precious. I just have him here. Precious is a feel good player, 6'8", 225. Really good defensive player. Could finish on the inside also. But there's also times where it looks like he just blacks out. He blacks out the same way that Jericho Sims blacks out, and you figure out you wonder like what the hell's wrong with Precious, man? Like he's like not playing well again. It's to the point where he plays so well when we needed him, and then later on he didn't play well. Fans didn't want to see him out there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remember those moments, how it made us feel, and we have to think about it. Is he worth keeping on the team? Because if you want to talk about market, from what he did for us in the minutes that he did play well for us, I could see a team giving him a mid-level exemption. I could see a team giving him $8 million per year. He hasn't gotten signed yet. You know what I'm saying? So that there might be there might be a reason. It might be a reason for him for not to pay him. You know what I'm saying? But is Precious the guy that we need as the backup power forward or center? Like I said, bully ball. I want to see guys able to really put a stamp on the paint and put pressure on the defense and actually play some physical defense out there. And I think Precious has shown the ability to do that. Especially on perimeter, helping out a little bit. But if you want to talk about muscle and bully ball and stuff like that, we already have guys that could play defense like the way Precious does. But we need help on the inside. We need inside help. So how can Precious help us on the inside? I just think Paul Reed will give us more of what we need. On the inside as far as physicality and stuff like that, and being that physical player and stuff. So got nothing bad to say about Precious. When we look at 36-minute stats here, they got him at 13. They got him at 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. So it's kind of similar to Paul Reed, but I just think in style of play, physicality-wise, the hook shots in the lane and, the way that he plays, I just think that it fits better with what we're trying to do. So I see somebody says y'all bugging. I don't know what you guys are talking about because I can't really see what you guys are doing in the chat because I kind of like in my bag a little bit, kind of talking Knicks and stuff. But that's what I'm thinking about here with Paul Reed. I really think that's the guy that we really need to see if we can pick this guy up. Right now he's waived. I guess we have to wait to see if he clears waivers. If he clears waivers, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks pick this guy up. And like I said, I would be really happy about that. Let's take a look at this. Shout out to Pat Beverly. Did I miscue this thing? Yeah. What the hell did I do? Let me move this back. Hopefully it goes back to what I had. There you go. All right, so let me cue this up here because I want to talk about backup point guard. So backup point guard, we have Miles McBride, but for those that were paying attention, Miles McBride cannot initiate offense. We needed somebody off the bench to initiate offense, and we just didn't have that guy at all. So this year, since we have Dante DiVincenzo coming off the bench when Mikal Bridges starting at shooting guard, we actually need a facilitator more than anything now, because we can't have, to my opinion, we can't have Dante and Deuce both coming off the bench Well, I think Dante's a little bit better initiating offense. Josh Hart can also initiate offense too. But if we're going to get the most out of those two players, we're going to need one guy that's actually built to do that. Somebody that really can do it. But if we're still going to run with Deuce, it would be nice to have that veteran leadership, behind Deuce and Dante. And I think the one player that now here at the end of his career, I think that player might be this guy, Patrick Beverly, guys. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but Patrick Beverly, just for the simple fact that at this point in his career, he's not going to get you. You're not going to get $10 million a year. He's not going to get $5 million a year. This guy's a minimum basketball player at this point. You know what I'm saying? So bringing him here, he's going to bring leadership. He's going to bring another veteran talking in the locker room, helping to get the message through from Tom Thibodeau. So I think that's what Pat Beverly will bring. And we'll get into that in a second. As far as stats, you don't get a guy like Patrick Beverley to fill up the stats. You know what I'm saying? You get a guy like Patrick Beverley to bring like everything that I said, the leadership, the fieriness, the help in practice. You know what I'm saying? If need be, let's say if Brunson gets hurt, we can use Patrick Beverley, have him come off the bench or have him start for us, for the meantime, until we can get him back. And can he contribute at this point in the thing? Let's say if he played 36 minutes, they got him projected at 10 points, 4 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.8 blocks. The shooting percentages are not that great. 32% from the three this year, 40% from the field. All that stuff is not that great, but his defense is good. And like I said, leadership wise and stuff like that, locker room presence and all this, I think he would really help that in that way. You know what I'm saying, more than anything. Pat Beverley, as far as his his peak, he never really was a scorer like that. But like I said, just his leadership and things of that nature. That's his that's what he really contributes. Another sign of a good player is somebody that can rebound well from his position. I can see some 5s and almost a 6 rebound per game season from Pat Bev. So that just I love to see when guards rebound. That just shows you that they're a smart, tough player. So I would love to get Patrick Beverley, but like I said, I'm saying getting Patrick Beverley for somebody that's going to be like a third string point guard. They might not ever play for us, but so for the simple fact to have that extra player coach kind of thing on the roster that can help us out there. So why would I think that Patrick Beverley would be interested in doing that? Let me do this. Let me unshare this, and let me share. Where's it at? Let me share this tab here. Make sure I get the correct tab. Where is it at? There you go. Nope. Nope. Where are you at? There you go. So this is the tab that I want to share. Make sure the audio is good. So this is the tab I want to share. It's Pat Beverley on his podcast talking to Miles McBride. So I hope you guys can hear the audio. Make sure the audio is on. And I'll push play on the video and just let it rock.
I was Tibbs. I had Tibbs when I was with Chicago. We did a closeout drill for hours straight. Y'all still do that?
Yeah.
Dang.
Full court closeouts. Go to the free throw line, close out. Go to half court, close out. Other side, free throw line, close out. Baseline, close. Turn around, do it again.
I love it.
I mean, he gets the reputation of being a psycho.
No, I love
his guys.
Tibbs.
I mean,
So you hear him saying, "I love Tibbs." So that drill. I don't know if you guys ever play basketball. When you play with coaches like that like to practice stupid things like that, like it's not stupid, but as a player, you hate to waste time doing that. Just close out drills. That's basically you're practicing defense. You know what I'm saying? So nobody wants to go to practice and to not touch the basketball. You know what I'm saying? And just practice closeout drills. Usually the person that's doing the dribbling stuff is the coaching staff. They'll have the coaching staff out there passing the ball, making the players come out there and doing the closeouts and stuff. So I don't know if that's how Tom Thibodeau does it, but I've been involved in different situations where we were doing a similar kind of drill, and the coaching staff will be doing that, and then we will have to chase the ball and all that stuff, basically for the entire practice, man. So you like as a player, it's not fun. You feel like you're not getting better and stuff like that. As a professional, I think you would appreciate it a little bit more, maybe. Even as a professional, like you want to get out there and hoop and have fun. You don't want to practice defensive drills, but Tom Thibodeau's a psycho, and he will do that. And Patrick Beverley's telling you that he enjoyed that, and he loves Tibbs for it. So let's continue the love affair conversation about Tibbs.
You look at the minutes that your teammates are playing. They're in, like Josh Hart's playing 48 minutes in the game. Is he as much of a psycho as people say?
I mean, basketball genius.
That's a nice way of saying psycho.
Yeah, I fucking love Tibbs. The way
he keeps saying that. I fucking love Tibbs. I love Tibbs.
He's able to like get players to buy into his system. Like Josh Hart, he was just in Portland, bro. He didn't have no home. Like we didn't know what with Josh. Okay, cool. He was cool here. He was okay here. Like he really got home now, right? And he can like actually be himself, rebound the ball, push it, shoot tough shots, not feel bad if he missed one, not feel bad if he airballs. Like that's all coaching. That's all Tibbs. All Tibbs.
So I mean, that's a big endorsement from an NBA player there. So I mean, just the way that he talks about the body language and stuff. I forgot that he played for Tibbs. So it just he endorses him and he loves him. So I mean, having a guy like that appreciates what Tibbs does, especially at this point of his career, where Pat Beverley is what? How old is Pat Beverley now? Pat Beverley, it's like 30 something. Let me get this correct here. So Pat Beverly right now is 35 years old. He's old. He's basically done with his career. So somebody at 35 years old to come in here to help out with, this club doesn't need help to do that, but just to have that other person in there to dissect it. Tyler Cole, I see somebody mention him. He definitely will help out Tyler Cole. But Tyler Cole is another guy that's not afraid to mix it up. That I feel like that he doesn't really need much mentorship in that way because the guy is very smart, super high IQ and a hard worker and just a tough player on his own. So I don't think he needs Pat Beverly to teach him anything. But it's just that when it comes to being positive and just having a bright, meaningful life, you should speak things into existence. You should be around people that you hear the bullshit that people say online, especially online, but people say that in real life and stuff. So when it comes to basketball, if you're trying to get philosophies over, you want guys that can reverberate that, they can continuously drill that thought process, that believe it. So if that's what's happening in the locker room, that's contagious. That's something that becomes a mantra in the locker room, a mantra for the team. And those little mantras and things that they say every day and this stuff like that, especially guys that believe it and believe it with such with the body language that Patrick Beverly was showing, that's very contagious, man. That can only help the team, when it comes to that. So I really think that Patrick Beverly is the guy that we probably should contact. I know Kyle Lowry is another guy, but Kyle Lowry might be looking for more money. He might be looking to stay with Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I know the idea of playing with those Nova boys would probably be fun, but I don't know if Lowry will want that. Lowry has also endorsed Tibbs, but not the way that Pat Beverly has, man. So it's interesting. This it's worth talking about, worth thinking about. So I would welcome Patrick Beverly as the third string point guard here. Probably would never play a game for the Knicks unless somebody gets hurt. But like I said, the big part of this conversation here is this guy Paul Reed, man. So like I said, with the t-shirt, Paul Reed might have burnt his bridge here a little bit. But I think if you put those comments aside, I think him coming to the Knicks will be a really good idea. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought process here, man. Mitchell Robinson. You guys know that I do not like Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? But I do acknowledge that we do have him. He can function as a starting center in the NBA. But just to get us to the next level, we need a guy like Paul Reed to be like the yin and yang. If you want to say it's what Mitchell Robinson does, you got to have somebody out there that could do something different than that. I wish Jericho Sims was that guy, but he just is. It just seems like he's not ready to do it, man. And we can't be waiting, forever for guys to figure it out. I think Jericho Sims like 25 or 26. He might even be going on 27. You know what I'm saying? We can't be waiting for guys all their life to figure it out. That's how I feel about Mitchell Robinson. That's why I would love to get off of Mitchell Robinson, trade him, and get somebody else here. But if he is here, we're not trading him. I'm okay with it. I'm not saying that Mitchell Robinson is complete trash. I can see how Mitchell Robinson can help us. I'm not going to cry, about him being here, and I'm not going to complain about somebody that I believe can contribute. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like waiting for guys. Waiting for guys to do something that we think he can do. Or saying, yo, man, this guy was going to be defensive player of the year in the beginning of the year. Says who? You know what I'm saying? Says who, man? But it is what it is. That's a conversation for another day. But thanks for tuning in. I see a lot of comments here. I really appreciate the people coming in and listening here. So for those that didn't see the beginning of the pod, please check it out from the beginning. Like I said, I will be giving out some stuff here eventually. Some giveaways. So I'm anxiously waiting to do a giveaway. This is a NBA Jam Funko Pop set here with Patrick Ewing and John Starks. If you guys can see it, I got my fingers covering it there. There goes the Patrick Ewing and John Starks thing there. So I will be giving away that. Like I said, I will be giving away this too, the Jalen Brunson Funko Pop also. Like I said, I have some magazines also from Slam that I would like to give away as well. So eventually we'll do that. Like I said, maybe around my birthday, I'm thinking. That'll be good to celebrate my birthday, to give back to you guys and stuff. But the main thing too, like I said in the beginning of the pod, we'll definitely love to get the viewership up on this channel like the way that it was before, and just for that, man, just to help the channel grow and just get the diehard Eru essence out there in the community, man. So Let me see what's going on in the chat. You know, like, I definitely got to shout out to my people, man. You know, Korean Grant in the place, Holcomb in the place, Harlem CEO in the place. We got On Dios MYK. We want to talk about positivity every day. This guy sends something positive to my inbox, man. So I definitely appreciate him. Nigga Space Ghost said, he says, I agree. Paul Reed brings some toughness and can be a bruiser on the team. Yeah, man. I'm all about big man play, man. You know, the hook shots and the post play, that seems like to be a lost art. But like I said, I'm not looking for him to be, to be Zach Randolph, because I use Zach Randolph as an example of the type of player that Paul Reed is, just a below the basket kind of player. But I'm not expecting him to get, like 15 shots per game and score 20 points. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for him to contribute, to do whatever Mitchell Robinson can't do out there. And I love the way that Paul Reed catches it and able to keep his balance and footwork and still make hook shots and able to lay the ball on the inside without wasting movements or without trying to force a dunk. The guy can lay it up and really score the basketball and just add a different element to the game. Shout out to HB Carlos. What's up with up? Shout out from Portugal, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody that utilizes their avatars here, man. With the flags here. Keith Watkins, what's up, man? So I mean, Keith Watkins, I'm challenging you to get a picture in your YouTube thing, man, for your avatar. Shout out to Daniel Barry. Paris Duggar in the place, one of my favorites here. He says Paul Reed is a perfect replacement for iHeart, especially his three ball. Yeah, man. So I mean, Paul Reed doesn't really shoot a lot of threes. I just keep emphasizing that. Like, Paul Reed is not a guy that has ever shot a lot of shots in his career. But when he has had the opportunity to do it, he has produced, and it looks similar to Zach Randolph. You know what I'm saying? So if we were to sign Paul Reed for the low, let's say if we sign him for the low and he gets here and he has a eureka moment like Hartenstein and actually does more than we ever thought he would do. How much? I mean, what would that mean for the Knicks? You got Julius and Paul Reed on the blocks with OG out there with Brunson and Mikal Bridges. Could you imagine? Those guys out there. Just that is literally bully ball Knicks right there. That would be like incredible. To have that going. And then now you bring Mitch in there and he'll do whatever he does. It just balances out perfectly, man. I think Hartenstein, for how good he was, a lot of times he would go to the basket, he kind of would lose things. His defense against Embiid, everybody keeps talking about that. So Embiid had him in his pocket. But I think Paul Reed, would probably do a little bit better. As far as physicality wise, defensive wise. Just the way that he plays. I think he would just bring that contrast. To what we do here. Also, Hartenstein was also injury prone. I think Paul Reed also had his share of injuries too. So I'm just painting a picture of the type of player we're talking about. Like I said, Zach Randolph, the potential is still there because the guy's still young. He's only 25 years old, so he hasn't. He's like kind of like approaching his prime. Opportunity. He really needs the opportunity. So, like I said, if he gets to the Knicks and get the opportunity, I can't see him not succeeding. If all of a sudden he had that eureka moment and he started getting 12 points per game, 12 to 14 points per game, that would be crazy, man. And that would really help the team out. Shout out to Just Knicks in the place. Just want to shout out to everybody that popped in the chat. AP, it said Johnny Bryant left for Cleveland. Yeah, man, Johnny Bryant going to Cleveland is a pretty big deal. Like I said, that closes the door on Donovan Mitchell. That absolutely closes the door on Donovan Mitchell. And that tells you right there the whole reason why we had Johnny Bryant this whole time, because we thought we were going to get Donovan Mitchell. But now since Donovan Mitchell signed his contract, it's a coincidence now that Johnny Bryant went over to Cleveland, right? You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely think that that's not a coincidence. So happy for Johnny Bryant, over there in Cleveland. But the Knicks need guys here that care about the Knicks and don't just care about the one player, their best friend or whatever. So we need guys here that care about winning, that want to win a championship, man. Shout out to Space Ghost. He says, passing and rebound for iHeart, definitely gonna miss it. But like with Paul Reed, like I said, he's not a world beater. He's not somebody that like I said, he's not somebody like Zach that's gonna be world beater. But he's just somebody that can replace or fill in some of the stuff that Hartenstein was doing for us, man. Maybe add a different layer, and maybe it would help out with the bully ball situation with the Knicks, man. Shout out to On Deals, reminding everybody to hit the subscribe and like and all that if you enjoy the show. Absolutely. D Hall in the place. What's up? Eric Gordon. I don't know about Eric Gordon. Did Eric Gordon sign with somebody? I think Eric Gordon might have signed with somebody. Did he? Or there was like a rumor that he was signing. But Eric Gordon, we already have Dante DiVincenzo and Mikal Bridges, and we got Deuce. So we got guys that can do what Eric Gordon does. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we really need to worry about Gordon. AP says, with all the moves of the Knicks, they still have a lower payroll than the 76ers. That's crazy, man. 76ers, they have been wasting a lot of bread. But some a team that spent so much money, they did have cap space. It seems like they have infinite cap space now. You know what I'm saying? Teams like the Lakers, Philadelphia, all these teams, every time they want to make a move, next thing they're signing these guys, and you wonder where the money's coming from. And then meanwhile, the Knicks have to negotiate and finagle things just to make simple moves. So sometimes I feel like the Knicks and the rest of the NBA are playing in two different playing fields, two different leagues here. Shout out to Black Caesar. He says those guys don't hurt anyone else but the Knicks. So I don't really I'm missing what who he's talking about here. This is Faith Life Sports here. What's up? He says Pori will be a good extra body with him. Precious Sims. See, but now you're adding Precious to that. So I don't know how we afford Precious and Pori. So we're probably gonna have to make a choice between those guys. I would like to give Pori the chance. Outside of Precious, just from the physicality alone. David Witchman, shout out to you. Says you just nailed it. He isn't the smartest of players. Yeah, he's not the greatest player, but I mean, we're talking about backups and we're talking about price points and stuff like that. So all that got to be taken into consideration. Bodega Wi-Fi in the place. He says, why not take a look at Larry Nance Jr.? Larry Nance Jr. just got traded to another team. He got traded to the Nets. Who play with Hart and Randall. Yeah, man. I mean, Larry Nance would be dope. I think he would fit what we do. You know what I'm saying? But so would Paul Reed. Those guys are kind of similar players. So it doesn't have to be the players that I mentioned. It doesn't have to be the players you're mentioning. But you mentioned Larry Nance Jr. I mentioned Paul Reed. That's the class of player that we're looking at. So there might be a few guys in the league that we can call to. So if anybody has anybody available, throw it in the chat. See if we could talk about some of those guys. Craig says, why would we want someone who just got waived? I don't know, man. We all explained that already. So I think it's interesting that Hartenstein said he would take more threes in OKC because Tibbs tells the five not to shoot the three. So Mitch is correct when he says. So the thing, I knew he was going to bring Mitch into it, but Mitch shooting threes, that sounds cool, but the guy can't shoot free throws, man. So I don't want to hear shit about him shooting threes. The guy I think Mitchell Robinson shot 30-something% from the free throw line this year. So why would I want him to shoot threes? The guy can't make free throws, so you're not going to shoot threes, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to shoot threes and shoot 33% from three, but then also shoot 33% from the free throw line. Come on. That's too much, man. We're giving too much leeway to a player that's not producing properly. So that's my theory. That's my thought process with Mitchell Robinson. As far as Hartenstein, Hartenstein didn't really show the touch to shoot the three like that. So him in OKC shooting threes. We'll have to see. Because Hartenstein's talking as if he all of a sudden he's going to become a 20-something point a game scorer. He might do it, but he has to prove it. In OKC. OKC with their offense, he's definitely going to have an opportunity to do it. So, now it's time to show and prove, man. So here goes Dutch with the bullshit. He says, are you comparing Paul Reed to Zach Randolph? What are we doing here, man? I already explained it, man. So let's see how many times you comment, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Isn't Paul Reed the guy that talks smack against us? Yeah. So if you weren't paying attention, I do have the T-shirt here with his quote, saying that that the Knicks were the easy team. So I already mentioned that in the pod already. So I'm gonna scroll down. So here goes Dutch again. So Dutch is all funny. I already addressed these points in the pod. So for guys like Dutch or what's this guy, official playback, and all these guys, subscribe to the podcast. Go back to the beginning of the pod, listen to what I was talking about, and you can get your answers and stuff. Hopefully you probably got the answers as you were listening. So he said he's a bum. I'd rather Sims speak for yourself. Yeah. So some simple stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me put users on timeout because I don't want to see that. Speak for yourself. So you speak for yourself. This is my pod. And I could talk if I want to, right? That's what it's all about. So like if you have something that you want to say, make your own podcast. And then wait for the assholes to come into the podcast, just like how you are, and make stupid comments and stuff like that to take away from the conversation. Because you just want to be like famous or whatever. So I don't know. I don't understand what's wrong with people out there. But it is what it is. Putting users on timeout is what I do right now. So Dorkosaurus Rex, he says we could trade Sims, Keita Dow. Oh man, that's one player I want to mention. Top end for Kessler. So Kessler is another guy that people keeps talking about. But Kessler was good enough, to make the USA team, for USA. Mitchell Robinson tried out for the USA team, but he didn't make it, and they try to say that he was hurt or whatever. He wasn't hurt. He didn't make it because he can't make free throws and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Kessler could do everything that Mitchell Robinson could do, but he could do everything that Mitchell Robinson can't do. That's what makes Kessler such a good player. So my thing, why would Utah give away a player like that for nothing? So that's the question that I just asked you guys, because of course getting Kessler on the Knicks would be fantastic. That if we could do that, that would be great. But we're talking about Danny Ainge. All of a sudden, Danny Ainge is an idiot. You're just going to give Kessler away for nothing? I just don't understand why he would do that. And trading Sims, Keita Diop, and Toppin. You're talking about Jacob Toppin for Kessler. Why would Danny Ainge do that? Why would Danny Ainge do that for a guy that the USA basketball team thought was good enough to be a center for them? To represent the company, to the country. Why he has that type of pull around the league. Why would we trade him for basically three bottom dwelling players in the NBA? I just don't understand the logic behind that. McBride to me is definitely a shooting guard also. Tyler Kolek also, you want to talk about him being a third string point guard? I think that's a good idea too. You know what I'm saying? But I just like the idea of having Patrick Beverley on the team to be that at this stage of his career, 35 years old and stuff like that, to have that extra guy on the roster. I think that's something that we should do. Instead of having Charlie Brown on the roster, I'd rather have Pat Beverley. You get what I'm trying to say? Instead of having like some of these bums that we've had just wasting time, I'd rather have a OG vet on the bench, that can really bring something to the team. In the practice squad thing, in the coaching thing, when Tom Thibodeau was talking, maybe Pat Beverley could throw something in the mix there to help things out and stuff, to be that extra coach. Yeah, so I mean, Kyle Lowry is also better than Pat also, but we're talking about price points here. Is Lowry does Lowry want to sign for the veteran minimum to come to the Knicks? Would Pat Beverley do that before Lowry does it? I think Pat Beverley does that with no problem. He Pat Beverley will take the minimum to come and play for the Knicks at this point of his career. I think he would. Kyle Lowry, I don't think he would. I think Kyle Lowry still thinks he can get mid-level exemption money and stuff like that. I don't think Kyle Lowry would sign a minimum before Pat Beverley would. So same thing goes to saying, this is my same answer. I think Pat Beverley would sign for the minimum before Lowry would. What else we got here? We got Marlon Khan. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Chrissy Lum. So he's responded to Marlon. So Marlon said, if Bridge gets hurt under Tibbs, then we have a problem. Yeah. The whole injury thing with Tibbs and stuff. The thing about players that they want to play, like if you want to mention guys like Zach Randolph, man, you look at his minutes. He was getting 37 minutes per game, at some points, 35 minutes per game at his peak, So that's what top players do. Top players play a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's something that's out of the ordinary, So let me get over here with this. So is this official? The DeRozan to the Kings? Is that something that really happened? So I'm looking at my notifications to see if that happened already here. Yeah, so it just got announced that according to ESPN, the Kings are landing DeRozan on a 3-year deal. So I don't know about Sacramento. Sacramento just added DeRozan, so DeRozan's still a good player, man. So I think DeRozan probably still can get you 20 points per game for all those 3 years. So you got him, you got Swiper over there, and you got what's the other dude? What's the name's kid is over there. So I mean, I think they got a mixed match group of people over there. So I'm not worried about Sacramento too much. But it's interesting, that he went to California. He wasn't able to make the Clippers squad. He wasn't able to make the Lakers squad, but he found his way to California for his last 3 seasons here in the NBA, which probably will be his last 3 things in the NBA. So Joe Curry says we got Paul Reed. Did we get Paul Reed? That would be awesome. Like as I'm talking, the Knicks signed Paul Reed, So I'm just scrolling to make sure that's not the case. So it was a trade. So it was a signing trade. So Harrison Barnes is going to the San Antonio Spurs. Chris Duarte got traded also. So it was like what is it, like a 14 is a 14 trade or something like that. I don't know what's going on there, but it's something worth looking at another time. I'm scrolling down here. Yeah, so you guys are just kind of just throwing stuff out there now at this point towards the end of this chat. Shout out to Amadi Finesse in the place. What up, man? True and Living, got to say what's up to people that I haven't seen here. So they go, this is my boy here. He said Paul Reed is trash. So it's all good. Yeah, man, definitely appreciate you guys coming in here. You got Ronald Miller in the place. Said Pat Beverly is wild. He should be out the league with his antics. Not a culture fix. Not a culture fit. Yeah, I get it. His antics and stuff like that. He's just trying to fight for his life out there. Trying to stay in the NBA. But like I said, for somebody like him that would probably not ever play, but he would be on the roster just helping Tibbs out, helping the guys out, helping to play defense in practice and that type of thing. I think that's beneficial for the Knicks. I think that's pretty dope. I think we can get something out of that. Scrolling, I'm just taking a look at what you guys are saying in the chat here before we get up out of here. So Junior N here. Junior N posts the whole trade. Harrison Barnes to the Spurs. You got N. Duarte. You got 2 second-round picks and cash go to Chicago. So that's interesting. What else you guys are saying? Knicks did not trade away first-round picks for role players. Smart. Okay. So he said, what about John Wall for a vet coach? John Wall, I don't know about John Wall teaching anybody anything, You know what I'm saying? I think John Wall is kind of bugged out. John Wall, if you ever listen to a John Wall interview, man, the guy sounds like he just got home from jail or something like that. So some of these guys, they got money and stuff like that. They like rap music and whatever, or they might glorify a certain lifestyle. And these guys think that they're like OGs, like in the drug game. And so just weird, and John Wall is one of those guys, So I wouldn't want John Wall anywhere near the Knicks, man. I just don't think John Wall is that dude. Just kind of delusional kind of guy. Like when time goes by, he'll look back and he'll probably calm down and stuff. But he still thinks that he could play. He probably could. He probably could play in the NBA still. But just his mentality. I absolutely don't want John Wall anywhere near the Knicks. It's just not. I just think the personality matches what we got going on here. With the Knicks. So yeah, man, this is my thought process, man. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure I get some stuff from you guys, man. Definitely appreciate you guys coming into the chat and hanging out with me and stuff. Also, with short notice, man, I literally just pushed play on this pod at like 9:30. I was supposed to go on at 9:35, and I didn't go on until later. And you guys found the pod, and you guys are hanging out with me, listening to me talk, man. So definitely appreciate you guys, coming in here, showing love and stuff, man. So this is Die Hard Knicks podcast. I am Die Hard Ebro. Like I said, if you want to follow me here, let me stop this here and share this again. Share my screen real quick, guys. You can find me here on Twitter. This is me on Twitter. I don't broadcast on Twitter, man, because Twitter blocked me from broadcast. I don't know what happened, man, but I'm not going to end this account, so got like 19,000 posts, man. I post on this thing all day long, basically talking to myself, to tell you the truth. But anyway, if you wish to follow me there, follow me on Twitter on Die Hard Knicks PC. You can follow me on Instagram also, Die Hard Knicks on Instagram. Let me see if I can. Definitely don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that. Almost X'd out the whole stream. But I can't do it. But Instagram is the same thing. Die Hard Knicks also on TikTok is Die Hard Knicks. Everywhere is Die Hard Knicks, man. So anywhere you see Die Hard Knicks, just Google Die Hard Knicks, and you're definitely going to see everything that I have going on with the podcast and stuff, man. So definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. So we're talking about Precious there. So let me see what my man here is saying. He said Knicks can resign Precious, still use the middle extension and sign someone like Omir, Jurgen Steven, and we'll be all set. So I mean, what's up with this guy Omir? So let's take a look at Omir since we're here, right? So Omir. So what's his last name? Jurgen Steven. Shout out to there's another player. Who's this? Who are you talking about? Turkish basketball center. He played for the Heat. So this is a player you guys want. So I mean, more than one person mentioned this player, man. So I mean, if this guy is good, and the Knicks pick him up, then God bless him. I like to look at 36-minute stats. It's right up there with some of the best. We're talking about one block, 0.7 steals, not too bad. 12 rebounds and 15 points per game. You know, that's kind of cool, man. 3 years in the NBA. You know, so you know, I don't know. I don't know about this player, but if you like him, I like him. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Another player to look at is that dude Poku. Before we get out of here, let's talk about Poku. So this kid Poku, Alexei Pokusevsky, whatever his name is, this cat here, he got traded twice here. You know, from OKC, he got traded twice, went to Charlotte, and now he got waived. Now, you know what I'm saying? So this guy has a lot of talent, man. You want to talk about forward in the NBA? This guy has small forward skills, but he's a 7. I think he's like 7 foot. How tall is this guy? He's 7 feet tall, 190 pounds. But he moves like a small forward, man. So a lot of skill sets here. So this is somebody I would have tried to at least get some second round picks or something. He just straight up waived him. So I don't know if he's going to go back home and go back to his country in Serbia, or if he's going to stick in the NBA. If he clears waivers and stuff like that, you know, this is a player that I wouldn't mind picking up and bringing on to the roster. Having him on the roster, maybe he might not ever play, you know, but having a guy like this, you want to talk about OG getting hurt and stuff like that. Having Poku on the roster, that would be something interesting to have just in the stash, waiting to crack open, use to break the glass and use it whenever we need them. You know, so I doubt we're players in this sweepstakes, but Poku, this is a guy that should be on an NBA roster. He shouldn't be getting waived for nothing. You know, so I think that's bugged out. But anyway, this is your boy E-Rule. Thank you guys for tuning in to the pod. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute. I catch you guys next time. Like I said, I'll try to get another pod out much sooner. I was supposed to do a podcast with State. You know, I totally forgot about that, man. But State didn't hit me up either, man. Me and State were supposed to do a pod like 3 days ago, 3 to 4 days ago. But I hit him up and he wasn't even home. So it's like, it is what it is. Me and State will get with each other soon. You know, so you definitely get a chance to see me and State together again. But you know, like I said, I've been promising interviews soon, man. So I'll try to get some of those out there, you know, within a week or so, maybe next week or so. So anyway, tune in for that. Also, Summer League is coming. I'm going to be doing watch-alongs for the Summer League. So get ready for that, man. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for those that are new that popped in and never seen this channel, and check out the Die Hard Knicks theme song performed by Trav B. Ryan. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Eru, I see you. Die Hard. Trav. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag. He the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange. He the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain. At least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy. Yeah, he need it back to back. Represent himself. His own name is on his back. 10 toes down. Try to stop him. He come back. Bandwagon hoppers. He will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing. Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away. He will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place because he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Peace, y'all.